sun, a different fire gleams, forged in the desert, living out the dream. We wear the armor, steel upon our blades, like the charging night, our passion never fades. They hear the thunder rolling from the stands, the future of the game is in our hands. The sword is drawn, the visor's coming down, we're here to fight and claim our hometown crown. Feel the ground start shaking, hear the battle cry, raise the purple banner to the Arizona sky. Lace them up, let's go, the moment is at hand. The toughest team to ever grace this land. We are the Knights, the passion and the might, charging down the ice in purple and white. Hear the canyons roar, hear the gold horn blare. We're the Knights, so opponents beware. See Nathan flying, weaving through the pack. Tyler's got a slap shot, there's no turning back. Brody on the boards, a punishing design. Jacob with the puck, he's breaking down the line. The speed of Jackson, the hustle of a Ryer, Christian and Chase are fueling the fire. Tripping Abel, fighting for the zone. This kingdom on the ice, we claim it as our own. We are the Knights, the passion and the might, charging down the ice in purple and white. Hear the canyons roar, hear the gold horn blare. We're the Knights, so opponents beware. Sound off, freedom, trucks to the heavy, ready for war. Sound off, Miles, Robert, settling the score. Sound off, Brandon, Kevin, breaking the attack, and Logan's on the
All right, good morning, everybody. As the referees enter the ice here at this beautiful St. Louis Park Recreation Center. We're here for the championship game of the midget division for the Gopher State Veterans Outdoor Tournament. And so as you see, we are on an outdoor rink in Minnesota in November. And it's about 27 degrees Fahrenheit, which in itself isn't really that bad, but there's just enough breeze to make it bone chilling for all these parents and spectators here. I feel very bad for the coaches and the referees and the goalies.
I was teasing them. I said, you've got heaters on the bench, right?
Yeah,
I thought the coaches were going to hit me.
yeah. And they have too much pride to wear gloves even. So here we go again, the championship game on the outdoor rink. Our last three games, game 2, 3, and 4, were all on the indoor rink at this facility. But our very first game was against this exact same team on this exact same sheet. And that was on Friday morning. And the Knights here, which are the home team, coming into this championship game as the second seed, whereas the Junior Canes on the other end were the fourth seed. We both won our semifinals last night, but as I was saying, in our first game of the weekend against this same Canes team, the Knights really played very poorly, very slow, low compete level, sloppy passing. And we were lucky to come out of there with a tie against this Canes team, but we did not play up to our standard. If we do, then I think we could be very successful here in this championship game. But, you know, with a bunch of 16-year-olds at this level, sometimes it's really quite tough to make sure that they can stay focused, locked in on a really high compete level for a full 3 periods. So let's hope we get that. We need fast. Hold on. Okay.
I think we're gonna go. Oh yeah, no,
Issues. I'm getting a lot of wind in my microphone right now.
we actually got the noise canceling turned on already.
A lot of wind coming straight through my layers of warm clothing. Ooh, that was nasty. Okay. Sorry for complaining. Sorry for complaining, everybody. But wow, the wind just suddenly kicked up right around this corner here. I'm standing right on the goal line to Trey Boss's left side, to his left side. We got Trey Boss starting this game tonight in net. And like I said, we have the Knights in their white, their home plates, and the Canes in their away blacks on the far end of the ice, which should be to the left side of your screen.
It looks like for the Kings, they've got Brady. I think this is a different goalie than they had the other day.
Goalie's got his beanie, his toque over his helmet. Smart kid. Like I said, I sort of feel bad for the goalies. They don't move around enough to start building up heat. And the refs, and especially the coaches. All right, so we are desperately missing Jacob Beth, one of our top D-men for this team, but sustained a pretty serious foot injury a couple weeks ago, and he's going to be out for at least another month. Hope to have him back soon. For I understand the healing is going well. He's using crutches, but he comes to most of our practices. But, you know, of course, he's not playing, and he's not going to be able to make the trip out here to Minnesota. So we're shorthanded on D. We have Liam George, as I've mentioned in the previous few games, but if this is your first time joining us, Liam George has never played D before this weekend, but this will be his now third game doing so, and I think he's been really doing an excellent job for somebody who's never played the D position, and trying to do it for the first time at this level is really quite difficult. So he's been doing excellent, helping us out at the blue line. Brody Smith, another one of our D-men, is fighting through a shoulder injury and doing his best to just keep playing through it. And he did get a goal. He got a goal. Was that in our first game?
It was in first or second.
Yeah, and he got a goal. He says his shoulder is starting to feel a little bit better, but he is really having a struggle to fight through that pain. Other than that, we have typical Logan Lawrence, Carson Hines, and Miles Harrison on the blue line. So we have 5 D-men typically, but again, one of them out with an injury, another one playing through an injury, and that's why Liam George is helping us out on the blue line. And he's getting the start tonight with Lawrence.
What a gift for showing up.
Yeah.
Showing up and showing that he can do it.
Yeah. And then out forward to start this game, we've got Tenpenny, Reinhardt, and Pastilli. Like I said, Trey Boss in net. Both team benches getting a little riled up for the puck drop, and here we go. Tenpenny wins the faceoff back to Lawrence, shuffles it off the boards up to Pastilli. Tries to backhand it in, no go, but then sends it in. Down deep, chased down by Reinhardt, who chips it back to Pastilli right behind the net. Out front, but nobody there. Lawrence grabs it in the slot, shoots a little high, gloved by the goalie.
Love the beanie.
Yeah. Face-off sort of win, a little scrambly, but then George picks it up at about the dot, struggling there. Canes come up with possession, skated out of their zone, getting pressured by Tenpenny. They throw it all the way down deep. Lawrence retrieves it behind his own net into the far corner, sends it back for Georgie, who sends it up to Pastilli, but it goes between his feet, off the boards and between his feet. But we come up with possession anyways. Tenpenny skates it through the neutral zone, into the offensive zone, cuts hard, shoots high, but gloved by the goalie.
So I want to give a shout out to Matt Yankee's grandfather. He comes to a lot of our games when we're in town. He's not able to travel anymore. I was talking to his family. So
welcome. Thanks for watching. All right, so New Year wins that faceoff. Back up to Hines, who sends it back down to Olsen. New Year gets in there for some support. And Lindsay comes up with possession, throws it to the middle, but nobody there. So the Canes skating it out, chip it in. Smith to retrieve it. Needs to have a little bit quicker wheels there. From New Year as well, that puck goes right in front of the net. Onto the Canes stick. They skate it behind and get a shot, I think, off the side of the net.
Yeah, off the side. That one didn't.
Canes retrieve it in the corner. New Year finishes his check directly right in front of me. Lindsay scoops it around to New Year, loses control, was sent back. Lawrence just jumped off the bench, grabs it and throws it out of our D zone, through the neutral zone. Canes regroup in their own zone, but it goes right to Harrison, who throws it down deep. Knights changing. Canes bring it out, skate through. Harrison there, hustling to the boards, gets it, and then chipped by Turner, but he hits the Canes man who gains control. Finished by Lawrence there in the corner. Continuing the battle. Puck comes out, retrieved by Harrison, over to Dagis, sends it back around. Everybody else had already started their breakout when he sent it around. So it ends up back to the Canes, who get a shot on goal. Handcuffed, almost went over Trey Boss's shoulder, but he makes the stop. Puck comes in the corner, and Lawrence finishes that check for sure with a hard one. Turner ends up with control in the neutral zone, skates it through, shot on goal, covered by their goalie. Little apprehensive is, I guess, the word I'd use right now for the Knights. Pretty decent compete level. Can bring it up one more notch and have to maintain it for a full 3 periods. Canes gain control, skate it through. Nice little slip move, but not going to work on Brody Smith. Tenpenny grabs it in the corner, chips it out, tried to get Pastilli, but no go. D-man breaks the stick on a point shot that is blocked. Ends up with Reinhardt chasing it all the way down to the deep corner. Comes back up to Smith, who kicks it back down to Pastilli, who gets a shot which is blocked. Goes over the net, behind the net. Canes get control in the corner, but put it right on Tenpenny's stick. Pastilli fighting for it there in front of the net. Canes get it, send it all the way down. That should be icing, and it is.
Where are we going?
Should be going down to their end. That was icing, so it should be an offensive zone face-off for us.
There's a penalty.
Oh, I saw. No. Okay. Didn't see it. Looks like Chase Reinhardt in the box for 2 minutes. And this will be our first penalty kill of the game. Yeah, it happened down in their zone. There's no reason why the puck should come all the way down here. I didn't see the hand signal from the ref. I didn't see the penalty itself. I have no idea what happened. So here we go with Olsen, Turner, Lawrence, and Hines on the penalty kill.
All I can think of is there was a hit in front of the net. Maybe? I didn't see who it was, though.
Kane skated in under pressure from Olsen. Up at the point. Turner goes down to block, but it finds its way through.
Wow.
This puck's still loose in front of Boss, who then covers it. Don't know how that shot found its way through, because I thought Olsen was doing a good job, in the shot block position. Nice shot from their point man. Canes win control of that faceoff. It squirts out of the zone. They need to regroup. Nice forecheck pressure from Turner. And still, but they skated in. Pressured from Lawrence there.
Good poke check.
They send it deep into the corner. We got to watch the front of the net. That pass blocked by Lawrence, and
that's out.
That looked like it went out, but the ref waved it off, says it stayed in. This one, pressure from Turner. They got to it quick enough and sent it all the way back down. Hines tries to send it out, stopped by the Canes. Try to go to the middle, but that's going to be a no-go. Up to the point and back down to the wing. They throw it on net. Almost tipped right in front. Heinze was there just to give enough trouble to make sure that that puck did not go in. I got to say the Canes are looking a lot better than they did when we played them on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
But so far, so are the Knights. Just about 30 seconds left in this PK. That puck does not get out because Heinze didn't lift it to the glass. If you're going to try and clear that puck, you need to get it to the glass. Olsen over there on the half boards finishes that check. But Canes still with possession into this near corner. They throw it back on net. Almost tipped into the net, but Lawrence there to break that up. Back to the point. Shot goes gloved by Trey Boss.
We're back at full strength, right?
4 seconds. 4 seconds left in the penalty. That's a nice PK by that Knights group. Especially Lawrence and Heinze, who did not get to change for the full, essentially 2 minutes. Backhand chipped up through the neutral zone onto Pastilli's stick. Both teams at full strength now. Nice play by Harrison with a little poke check at the blue line to force the Canes offside.
Yeah, that noise you're hearing at home, that's the wind.
That's the wind going right through my microphone.
And my bones.
Harrison chips it up out of the zone after Tenpenny won the faceoff. Tenpenny then gains control in neutral zone, skates it in. Into the corner, drops it for Pastilli, who drops it for Reinhardt. Reinhardt now in the corner, wins possession. Sends it back, goes behind the net. Pastilli over there on the half board. Tenpenny ends up with it in the corner, shuffles it around. Reinhardt trying to retrieve. And we're going to have another penalty, this time against the Hurricanes, I believe.
See if I can figure out where it was. Maybe interference?
I think it was maybe roughing in the corner. Pastilli.
Oh, there was an elbow shot to the head.
Yeah, Pastilli was trying to get into that corner battle, and Canes player gave him an elbow. So power play, first power play for the Knights today. Comes up the wall to Lawrence, who sends it back down to Reinhardt, who sends it back around the net. Georgie and Tenpenny fighting for it there. New Year up at the point, ends up with it, shot on goal. Rebound tipped by Georgie, but not in. Cleared by the Canes. Lawrence back to retrieve. Onto Reinhardt's stick. Little bit ahead of New Year, who couldn't control. Kept in by Lawrence.
Ooh.
Maintains possession. Chips it back for Reinhardt, who gets a shot through Georgie's legs, but not tipped in. They send it out and around, out of the zone, all the way down. Canes get a full change. Reinhardt skates it up, passes all the way across to Tenpenny, who skates it into the offensive zone. Gets pressured there at the hash marks, but still maintains possession into the corner, throws it across. Ends up on Lawrence's stick up at the top, who then drops it for New Year, but that was ill-advised as the Canes player was right there. Lawrence chips it back down. Tenpenny chips it into the zone. A little disarrayed here on the power play.
Shouldn't we have left about 30 seconds?
Tenpenny drops it for Smith, who just came onto the ice. And Olsen, sharp angle, but gets the shot on goal. Rebound comes all the way across for Lawrence, who sends it back to Olsen behind the net. Sends it up to Tenpenny and then up to Smith, who gets a shot on goal, gloved, saved by the goalie. And we have about 10 seconds left in the power play.
Not something you can see from the cameras that we've got going, but there's some flurries that are starting to fall.
Yeah, some of our Minnesota friends said, oh, great, you get to be here for our first snowfall. And I said, oh, great.
great. Can't it wait a couple hours?
Yeah. Yes, us Arizona folks, not used to this kind of weather. Unless we feel like having this kind of weather, then we just drive up to Flagstaff or Show Low.
And then we
just drive right back home afterwards.
home.
Yeah. All right, here we go again with the offensive zone faceoff. Both teams at full strength. Canes end up with control and skate through the zone. Disrupted there by the Knights, who then get it out of the zone. And Turner with Lindsay. Seems like neither one of them want to control. Lindsay almost pokes it right in the net. Comes to Hines up at the point. Shuffles it back down. Now a battle right at the half boards. Canes end up with it, and it squirts out of the zone. Nice play by Georgie to win that possession and throw it all the way down deep. And chase after it and disrupt the Canes, who get it back anyways. Skate it right through the zone. Nice play by Harrison and Tenpenny.
They're going to call that?
That's a roughing call? Oh, I didn't see it. It was Olsen well behind the play, maybe? I did not see it.
Let me see if I caught it.
All right.
Maybe a trip? I don't know.
I didn't see it. I thought you gave a hand signal for a roughing, but I did not see it. All right, so another penalty kill here for the Knights. Tenpenny, Harrison, Lawrence, and Reinhardt. Carried out of the zone by Lawrence, who then just regroups and sends it down. Canes trying to set it up, but they can't handle their puck. Lawrence tries to send it off the glass, but he hits a spot where there is no glass. Instead, he hits the Canes bench. Neutral zone faceoff. Tenpenny wins it back to Lawrence, who throws it out of the zone and all the way down.
No icing because we have refs that know what they're doing this morning.
Yes. No icing when you're on the penalty kill, which one of the refs forgot that last night. Oh, that was head contact with the board. I hope Lawrence is okay. Seems like there's no problem at all. They're going to call trip. What? Lawrence tripping?
Wait, what?
Lawrence is the one who got tripped. I can't believe they called that.
Well, I guess technically Lawrence tripped the other player with his body when he was on the ground. That's all.
But he was on the ground because he got bumped
Because he got tripped
by the player. That was simply a battle of both players going into the boards. That was ridiculous. All right,
Wow.
So 5-on-3. Unfortunately, this is exactly what we saw in our first game against the Canes on Friday. A lot of spectators, a lot of parents who are, of course, biased, felt like we were playing against the refs. And then Smith.
What happened?
Right in front of the net, the Canes' biggest player, Waller, just nailed Smith from behind, face first onto the ice. He did call it.
Oh, yeah, he just threw him down onto his bad shoulder. If Brody goes to the bench.
How about video review so we can see if that should be a major? All right. Unbelievable.
Looks like Smith is still in, I think.
So 4-on-3. Don't see this too often. We need much more hustle from Tenpenny, who is not back checking. If you're not going to back check, you need to get off of the PK. Get to the bench. Boss with the save. All right, we got about 29 seconds left on the original penalty until we go 4-on-4. 29 seconds of 4 against 3.
The wind picking up.
Tenpenny wins the faceoff. Canes send it back up to their point. They get a shot. That is tipped in front by George. I'm pretty sure he was trying to stop the puck, but instead he chipped it. He tipped it almost into our net, but Boss makes the save. Tenpenny again for the D-zone faceoff and wins it to the exact same spot. This time goes and battles, but it ends up, actually squirting out of the zone. Both teams regrouping.
Gonna call that, are they?
Tenpenny is not hustling. Sorry to call you out, kid, but I have to. Of course, he's been out there almost the whole time. Now he's going for a change. I don't know why they didn't change him at the faceoff. Shot on goal from Reinhardt.
Are we back at even strength?
We are at 4-on-4 for 40 more seconds. So even strength, 4-on-4. Now they will call icing. Georgia keeps that in. Sends it across to Olsen. Struggles there. Canes send it up. Kept in by Harrison, who sends it into the opposite corner. Kicked in. Not quite held, but we're just able to clear the zone and bring it right back in. Onto Olsen's stick, across to George. Skates it up. And in the corner, and works his way forward. Not a shot on goal, but great effort. Picked up by Turner right in front. Can't get the shot off, but still fighting for it. Sent up for Georgie, who just fires it back down and around and then goes for a change. Looks like we have power play now, 5-on-4 for the Knights. But Canes players coming out of the box right now. We got both teams at full strength. Harrison retrieves it. Needs to quickly get it up, and he does to Pastilli. Skates it in. Tries to send it down. That's stopped. But then Olsen grabs it. Sends it back up for Pastilli, and then on to Hines, who shoots it just wide of the net. Poked aside by the goalie. Lawrence pinches and keeps. But they end up getting it out anyways. Hines, he throws it right back for Olsen, who's regrouping. Sends it over to Lawrence, who sends it back across for Pastilli. Can't handle it. Canes get it out of the zone. Good pressure here by the Knights. Good pressure at the blue line from Lawrence to keep that puck out. Squirts in front of our own net, but we're able to chip it away. Pastilli now. Forechecking hard and gets possession. Loses it just inside the offensive zone. Lawrence steps up to grab it.
Yeah, they're going to call it.
Pastilli with a hook.
A hook.
Are we going back on another PK? All right, so we're going to play shorthanded once again, hopefully for another full 2 minutes. Oh, here comes that wind, just kicked up real bad. Sure you can hear it on my microphone. Tenpenny wins the faceoff to Harrison, but doesn't clear the zone. Tenpenny slaps it into the corner. Canes grab it there, throw it up to the half wall, then across to the far point, back to the near point. Shot blocked by Tenpenny to the side of the net. Canes throw it over to the half wall, up to their point. And we're going to get another penalty. Harrison, interference in front of the net. I don't understand. You're supposed to be able to keep the net clear. But Harrison, yeah, okay. All right. You got to learn to just relax. You don't really need to battle in front of the net. You need to make sure your goalie has clear vision. And you don't really battle until the puck starts coming in. Tenpenny wins it over to Lawrence, who then throws it up and out. So another 5 against 3 penalty kill for about another minute and 20 seconds. Canes grab it, throw it onto Tenpenny Stick, who throws it back in at the end of the first period. All right, so too many penalties. It's really unfortunate in this championship game. The refs are not letting the players play. So, yes, there was one really serious hit in front of the net that absolutely had to be called, as Smith was just buried down face first. But this little one here, Harrison gives him a little bump, and the kid takes a dive. And they call that one. That was outrageous. But anyways, we'll be back in a minute for the second period.
I'm looking for the first one. It's a pass and it's a shot and it's a goal and it's one of Arizona nights. We just want the second one. And it's a pass and it's a shot and it's a goal and it's two of Arizona nights. The fans are excited and the parents are in the stands and the boys are on the ice and we're about to drop the puck. The boys are back, they're on the attack, and we are gonna take this game away. The boys are back, they're on the attack, and we are gonna take this game away.
All right. 28 more minutes on the clock.
Nope. Thank you, though. All right. So we're back to start the second period. Notice that the teams have changed sides. They got the far change. It's going to make it very difficult when we're playing 5 against 3, and we won't be able to get an easy change.
Shots on net 10-9 in favor of the Knights.
Even though we've been playing man down almost the whole game. All right, so a little scrambly there. I suppose that's expected when you're playing 5-on-3, but Canes get 2 shots on goal there. Second one ends up in Trey Boss's glove, so face off to his left. Tenpenny wins it back into the corner, but Canes grab it, try to throw it right out front, and it bounces up and does get right out front. Lawrence there battling to keep it away. Ends up with the Canes in the corner again. Comes across and takes an ill-advised shot. His point man was wide open. They need to just slow it down and spread it out. Chase Reinhardt really just wasting time, but gets a shot on goal. Short-handed, 3-on-5, but now he needs to get back because we have a 3-on-2 the other way. Oh, as one of their men change, it turns on to 2-on-2. Tenpenny stops the centering pass and throws it all the way down. Their goalie plays it there. 15 seconds left in the first penalty, and then we'll be only one man down. Right now, we're still playing 5 against 3. Kane skated into the zone, defended there by Lawrence, who prevents the pass from coming in front of the net, so they skate it behind and around and around. Shot through a crowd. Trey Boss is able to see it. We send it all the way down. Now we're 5-on-4 as Turner comes on. Georgie picks that up, makes a little move, keeps skating behind the net, throws it to the side of the net, maintains, and then kicked, and then covered by the goalie.
I don't know if they got any shots off. It was all activity on the side of the net.
Yeah, I don't know if there was any. No, they got 2 shots on goal right at the start of the period for their 5-on-3. But now we're 5-on-4 for another 3 seconds, and here comes Harrison. Lindsay comes on for him, so we're now even strength. Canes missed their outlet pass. It goes all the way down for icing. So we'll then bring that back down here for an offensive zone face-off.
Got one of our longtime viewers that says hello. So thanks for watching.
New Year in to take it. Canes win that face-off into their corner. They chip it up to their half wall, chips it to their centerman. Disrupted there by Liam George. So it goes all the way down. Brody Smith plays it up and around to George, back to Georgie, then to New Year, who maintains control, gets a shot on goal right in the breadbasket. Goalie unsure where it is. It's on the ice between his legs. New Year takes the face-off again. Canes win it back to beside their net, shuffle it up to their half wall, but can't maintain control. Sent back out. Canes get it again and send it back in deep for Smith, who chips it up to Lindsay. Can't connect with New Year. Canes with the shot there, but well wide of the net, all the way around up to their point. Can't control it. Smith tries to clear it, but actually hits the Canes bench. Both teams going for a full change. Now we got Turner taking the D-zone face-off with Dages, Zwaga, Lawrence, and Hines. Zwaga's got it, skates it in, chips it in. Zwaga there to fight for it in the corner, but Canes get control, send it all the way down. Lawrence skating back for it with one man on. Makes a nice move to come back out, throws it back around for Hines, who gets it a little too slowly. Zwaga far too high. He's almost at the blue line. He needed to be at the hash marks. Therefore, didn't get it. So the Canes have control in their offensive zone. Lawrence there in the corner to disrupt. Dages chips it to Turner, who skates through the neutral zone. Tries to send it in deep, but whiffs. Ends up back on Lawrence's stick. Sends it over to Hines, but we're moving way too slow. Zwaga chips it in deep. Turner there to chase. Looks like both teams are starting to slow down a little bit, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's cold. It's getting colder.
On to Pastilli's stick, who skates it in. Tries a backhand into the middle. Turner was there, but not quite ready for it or something. Disrupted by the Canes, but they throw it right onto Reinhardt's stick, who does not make a mistake this time. He finishes it. And we've got a one-goal game. Knights up by one with about 9.5 minutes to go in the second period. Several mistakes by the Canes, and the Knights finally take advantage after many, many penalty kills by the Knights. We kept them off the board and now take the lead.
I love that diving shot he took.
Yeah. Tenpenny goes to the sideboard, battle for it, keeps it in the zone, keeps fighting. Chipped high, but kept in by the glove of Reinhardt, and therefore
What do they call here?
it's a hand pass. Reinhardt gloved it, went to Tenpenny, hand pass in the offensive zone. Hand pass is only legal in the defensive zone. All right, Tenpenny wins that faceoff all the way across. Harrison retrieves it, sends it up for Pastilli, tries to chip it in, but no go. Ends up back on Harrison's stick. Chips it down, but right to the Canes, who throw it in right to the side of our net. Smith retrieves, chips it to Pastilli. I think that was kept in. Refs are going to say so.
Yeah, it was just inside the line.
Pastilli trying to disrupt, but not quite. It comes back to the Canes, right in the slot. Clear shot. Low off the leg pad from Trey Boss. Ends up on Pastilli's stick, who skates it out and gives it to Tenpenny, who then makes a move, but disrupted into the corner. Right in front for Reinhardt. I can't believe he's wide open. Shot and tip, and shot again from Tenpenny, who's still battling behind the net. which just came off its moorings.
Oh, that's what happened.
Tyler Tenpenny working hard and definitely due for a goal. He's usually one of our top goal scorers. He's been a little bit dry in terms of just finding the net. But we're gonna get him one. I can feel it.
Yep.
Poor defense there from Georgie and Lawrence.
Oh, shut down.
Ends up with a breakaway. Lots of pressure from the two of them, but still a breakaway. They end up sending it back in. Puck comes into this corner to the Canes goalie's right. Olsen fighting for it there, supported now by Lindsay. Puck comes around behind the net. They throw it all the way up. Retrieved by Lawrence. Skates behind his own net. Skates out a little bit, makes a move. Sends it over to Olsen. Wasn't quite ready for it. A little slow trying to get it. Canes send it all the way down, icing.
Just replayed that breakaway and save.
Very, very poor defense from both of them to let the guy squirt through the middle.
Yeah.
Turner with the face-off wins it. But we can't get control. It ends up to the Canes. But no, it does go to Heinze, who throws it back in. Canes regrouping. And again, right up to the middle guy. Canes skated in. Shot. I'm not sure if that went on net, if Trey Boss blocked it or not, but it ended up going up into the netting out of play.
It looked like maybe, so I'll give him credit.
D-zone face-off here taken by Xander Turner, who wins it to Zawaga and then to Dages. Dages skates and he's going the whole way. Backhander just misses the net, but it goes right to Zawaga, who then chips it to a Canes player. They send it across, but it goes to Hines. And then Dages, who sends it back in deep, and it's coming around for Zawaga needs to get there and finish that check. Ends up with the Canes player skating through the zone, who then loses an edge and just falls down. I think he was scared by Brody Smith. Ends up on Turner's stick behind our own net. He's under pressure there. Gets help from Hines, but ends up going back to the Canes. Back behind our net for Hines, who chips it up, but still can't gain control. So there's Turner, who eventually gets it to Zawaga and sends it across. It gets out of the zone onto Dages, who is skating hard. Tries to get a shot, but just disrupted by the Canes player. Knights were changing, so a little disarrayed here. Ends up in the corner and comes up. And there's Reinhardt pressuring. They send it back down. Lawrence behind the net. Sends it over for Reinhardt again. Sends it up. Canes send it back down. And eventually back into the corner. Tried to center it, but blocked by Lawrence, who then gets control over to Tenpenny, who sends it up to Reinhardt. Sends it across to Pastilli, but can't connect. It's he says it was enough touch that there was no icing there. So it goes behind the net. Up to the half wall. Clearing pass blocked by Tenpenny, but he gets it again. Lawrence tries to keep it in. Keep it in the neutral zone, and does. Offside. Good disruption by Lawrence to make it difficult for them to enter the zone and force them to go offside. Tenpenny with the face-off here. Canes win that one. Back to their man, who's been tipped by Reinhardt onto Tenpenny's stick, so we're able to get it into the offensive zone, but the Canes have it there. They chip it up and out. Harrison can't quite, but does take his man on the boards to stop the play. Ends up behind the Knights net, chipped around by Lawrence. Ends up on Pastilli's stick. He tries to chip it up and around and eventually does get control of that, and he's still fighting. Nice work, CP. Christian Pastilli, fantastic work all day today. Still battling for that. It ends up going to the point man. Harrison over to Lawrence. Lawrence grabs it quick and fires it. Gloved by the goalie, but he can't handle it. It keeps going behind the net and then into the corner. Then the Canes get it. Starting the rush. Deep into the Knights' corner. Skates all the way around as the, Carolina changed. Behind our net, Lawrence retrieves it there. Sends it back for Harrison. Sends it off of Lindsay, but doesn't get out of the zone. Now Lawrence in front of our net, and then to the dot. Chips it over to the half wall. Tenpenny gains it there. Still not out of the zone. Shot on goal, maybe good enough. Yep. Yep. Comes to a Canes player in the slot, but blocked by Lawrence. And then on to Tenpenny stick, who, again, another soft chip that gets nowhere near getting out of the zone. But he hustles for it, disrupts again, comes back to our possession. Shot on goal from the red line, from center ice. 3 minutes to go here in the second period. Comes to New Year in the offensive zone. He chips it to Olsen, who then gets a shot on goal off the goalie's face mask. Almost put back in by Lindsay. Ends up going to the point for Smith. Sends it to New Year, shoots wide of the net. Lindsay puts it across the goal mouth. Goalie chips it aside. Onto Olsen's skate, who keeps it in the zone, but Canes grab it and skate it out. Nice hit there by Trip New Year in the neutral zone. Georgie gets bumped behind our own net, but ends up on Brody Smith's stick. Makes a beautiful pass. New Year knocks it down, but can't quite control it. And then we got a penalty. Seems like they blew the whistle just when they gained control. No, what do we have here?
It'll be on us just because. No.
The door was open?
The door was open.
That's a bench minor if the door's open during play.
Yeah, the door was wide open.
That's a bench minor. So it looks like I didn't see anything else. If the door was open, that's probably what it was. I'm not sure why they're putting two players in the box. But it looks like the Knights will have a power play here and an offensive zone face-off with 2:48 to go in the second period and leading by 1.
I'm confused.
Yeah, if the door's open, that's a minor penalty. You can open it for a second just to jump on and off, but it can't be open during play. Tenpenny wins it back for Lawrence. He tries one too many moves, but it ends up coming back to him. Then back to Reinhardt. Then to Tenpenny, who finishes it. I knew that he was due for a goal. And as soon as it went in the net, the look on his face, standing right here in front of his dad, was just utter relief that it finally came.
Whoa.
And what great timing there to let the Knights go up by 2-0.
I was talking to Ray this morning or yesterday, and I said, he's due. It was yesterday.
Yeah, every kid on the team and all of us parents knew that Tyler Tenpenny was due for a goal, and there it is.
Can't let up.
All right, scrambling right in front of the Canes bench here. Canes eventually grab it and throw it in onto Heinze's stick. And then to Tyler, but can't quite control it there. Smith there, battling in the corner.
Somebody lost the stick.
I think actually it may have been
it was Smith.
Smith, yeah. Ends up on Reinhardt's stick, who makes a nice pass to CP. Puck gets caught in a major pile of snow right in front of the Knights bench. Ends up in the corner. Chipped by the Carolina, but it goes to Heinz, who keeps it in. And then Carolina chips it out onto Smith's stick, who throws it back down deep and behind the Carolina net. Carolina with their breakout, but lose control in the neutral zone. So Turner up to Pastilli, who skates it in. Reinhardt was there waiting for it, but not quite open. Reinhardt throws it down and in, and the goalie plays it behind his own net. Lawrence there at the hash marks, grabs it, throws it in front. Pastilli not quite in the spot. Lawrence to Turner, who shoots, but blocked and up out of play. Now's the time actually to increase the pressure. The Knights need to actually step up their speed, their pace, their compete level, increase the pressure. We cannot slow down at all. Here's Turner taking the face-off. Canes win it, skate it behind their net, chip it up to the half wall, and do not complete their breakout. Goes on to Turner's stick, who throws it into the zone. Zawaga throws it into the middle. Canes can't really control it or exit the zone. Another bad pass right there. Canes struggling to really put together a breakout. And as they do, again losing control. Gets thrown back in. Canes again with a poor pass. It wasn't controlled, but eventually get it in the neutral zone, skate it in, top of the circle, shot, easily handled by Trey Boss.
I think we've got about 18 seconds left in the second.
Okay, I'll be taking a break and going over to this wonderful fire pit, but even when you're standing right next to it, it's not nearly enough heat.
Nope. I will do the same.
D-zone face-off, 15 seconds. Chipped up and out of the zone. Canes need to regroup. Their guys are still in the zone, so we got a delayed offside. They do clear. Brody Smith has control, and that's the end of the second period. 2-0 lead for the Knights. We'll be back for the third in just a minute.
I'm looking for the first one. It's a pass and it's a shot and it's a goal and it's one of Arizona nights. We just want the second one. And it's a pass and it's a shot and it's a goal and it's two of Arizona nights. The fans are excited and the parents are in the stands, and the boys are on the ice, and we're about to drop the puck. The boys are back, they're on the attack, and we are gonna take this game away. The boys are back, they're on the attack, and we are gonna take this game away. The boys are back, they're on the attack, and we are gonna take this game away. The boys are back.
All right, here we are back, ready for the third period. Clock is not set yet. They can't really drop the puck until the scorekeeper is ready. The refs are also hopefully have a little space heater inside their little box. I'm not sure if they do, but I sure hope they do.
I sure hope they do.
Okay, we got 14 minutes on the clock. Third period, Knights up 2-0. It would be nice if we can stay out of the box for this period. But like I said, just at the end of the second, it's now time, as we scored that second goal, it is now time to increase our intensity, increase our speed, our pace, increase the pressure. No stupid mistakes, no dumb penalties, increase the pressure. Keep working hard, and Georgie will start with that tone. Throws it across the middle, but ends up on a cane stick. So they skate up through the zone. Stopped there by the Canes defense and collected by Neuer, skates it behind his own net. Over to Smith.
Run.
Over to Smith, but was not a clean pass from Neuer. Not handled well by Smith.
Oh. Little ice.
So right back in. Sorry, I'm a little slow. I'm actually starting to freeze.
Yeah.
I think. But we end up firing it all the way down. Their player touched it, so it was not icing. Therefore, we get a little offensive zone time. But Canes grab it. Now settling.
Lindsay
and skated into our zone. Get a shot from Marks, Canes player Marks, right on Trey Boss, but he blocks it aside. Tipped out by Lawrence, who then chases it down into the neutral zone. And then back to Brody Smith, who takes it around the corner, chips it up, but nobody there for him. Tenpenny finishes his check. Goes to Bastilli right in front. Shot blocked. Referee stepped right in front of me, so I can't see right now, but ends up on Pastilli's stick. We are going to have a penalty, hooking.
Let's see if I caught that.
I didn't really see it. Again, ref was standing in front of me, so I didn't have a great view.
Maybe.
But seems quite nitpicky.
Is that Brody in the box?
Yes.
Okay, I saw it then.
All right, so another penalty kill from the Knights. We got Tenpenny and Lawrence, Reinhardt, and Hines. Tenpenny wins it onto Lawrence's stick, who chips it, ends up with the Canes. They shoot wide of the net. Lawrence with a hit right there next to the net. Canes send it back down deep. Disrupted by Tenpenny, but they get a shot on goal. Blocker side. They send it across. Shot blocked by Lawrence, who then fires it, but not out of the zone, onto Tenpenny's stick, who does get it all the way down. Canes regrouping, starting their power play rush, so to speak, but disrupted there by Reinhardt, who gets a one-on-one breakaway. Tries to go 5-hole, but it was closed. And he's not skating back hard, which we really need him right now. Lawrence takes the man on the boards. It ends up on Reinhardt's stick. He tries to chip it out, but no go. Lawrence sends it up and all the way down. Couple Knights changing. About 45 seconds to go in the penalty kill. Canes taking their time. Eventually get through the neutral zone, into the offensive zone, into the corner. They try to throw it in front of the net, but doesn't go. This time it does. But squirts all the way out of the zone as that was blocked. Skating it in now. And to the high slot, and then to the point man who one times it, stopped by Trey Boss. They skate it behind the net, try to throw it in front. Goes onto a Knights player's stick, who throws it up high. Point man sends it back down low. Now Lawrence chips it, but Reinhardt can't quite handle. Ends up. That hit the post and was then stopped by Lawrence, but they got the rebound anyways and put it right over the net, right over top of Lawrence, who was on the ice, and into the goal. So, power play goal for the Canes to make it a one-goal game. 2-1 Knights leading with 10.5 minutes to go in the third period. All right. Let's increase our speed and intensity. Didn't quite see that there. Of course, it's tough on a PK. All right, Turner with it there, but can't quite grab the handle. Hansi pressures the man into the corner.
We got a penalty again.
I have no idea what this penalty was. Something in front of the net.
Hockey? Hockey penalty.
No
Maybe.
penalty. No
Oh.
penalty, just decided to blow the whistle and bring it out to the neutral zone.
Okay.
I have no idea what that ref said, but he is extremely nitpicky. He looks just pissed off. I don't blame him.
Somebody
It's,
forgot to tell him it was cold.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he wanted to be here for this championship game in this freezing cold weather. All right, so Knights regroup in the neutral zone. Heinze sends it down deep around the Canes net, but it ends up squirting through to Lindsay in the corner. Fights there, throws it in front of the net. Only the Canes are there. Grab it, throw it up. Skates it into the zone. Shot disrupted there by Heinze, but I think it goes on net.
Yep.
Georgie there in the corner fighting for it. Comes around to Heinze, who shuffles it to Olsen, who chips it up out of the zone. But right to their guy who throws it back in. Then Olsen skates it out. Skates around a few guys. From the dot, throws it on net. Blocked aside. But right back to him. Who then throws it to Xander Turner right in the slot, who fires it, but stopped by the goalie. That was a great opportunity. Lucky bounce right back onto Olsen's stick, and then right onto Turner in the slot. Turner a little upset with himself. He didn't make a better shot. Puck chipped back down deep by Harrison. Eventually to Pastilli in the corner, who throws it behind the net for Tenpenny. Gets control right onto Reinhardt's stick. Shot is blocked. Caroline in the corner. Cross ice pass, then to the middle. Smith and Harrison defending. Shot blocked by Smith. Harrison chips it up to the hash marks. Pastilli chips it to a Carolina player who shoots right into Trey Boss's glove.
That one not quite on net.
Yeah, not really. It was quite wide of the net. Boss gloved it anyways. All right, Tenpenny here for the D-zone faceoff. Wins it. Harrison tying up his man. Eventually comes to Tenpenny right in the middle of our zone. Chips it over to Pastilli. Gains the zone, then sends it across for Tenpenny. Reinhardt tries to throw it across, but that's blocked by the Canes player. Then to Harrison. Back across for Pastilli, chasing in behind the net. Canes come up with possession, throw it around, but hit the ref.
Oh, wow.
Right in it looked like the head, but it might have been the arm. That ref is struggling right now.
Watching the replay on that. That one, yeah, I can't tell if it hit his head or if it hit his arm. We may be looking for a backup now, though. No, it looks like he's...
Looks like he's going to tough it out.
Whew.
I said earlier, it looks like he's pissed off, but he also looks like a very tough old hockey player.
Yeah.
It looks like it maybe hit him in like sort of the elbow or the tricep area. He's sort of shaking it off. Thank you, ref. Nice job. Thank you for everything you do. All right, so offensive zone faceoff, won by Carolina, sent around into the corner. Dages there to try and fight for it. Does fight for it and wins it, sends it back down for Zwaga. Canes get it though, and they send it up and then chip it out, but Georgie grabs it right back. Throws it in, but stopped by the Canes. But then picked up by Turner and skated into the zone. Then out of the zone, Lawrence grabs it and regroups. Throws it across to Zwaga, who throws it in deep. Turner grabs it there, then Lawrence, who keeps it in and chips it right in front of the Canes net. Oh, watch out, Georgie. Good stop, but you did have a man behind you. If that gets over your stick, that's a breakaway. To Lawrence there, and then over to Dagis, who tries to fire it, but blocked out of play. .653 left to go in the third period. Knights up 2-1. Sun is actually coming out here. You might see that on camera.
A little bit.
Still really cold now, just about 30 degrees. Not really that bad when the wind is down, but when it picks up, it gusts for a few seconds and straight through your bones. Olsen with hard work there, tries to get the shot on goal, bounces through the Canes player's leg and wide of the net. Canes come up with it, chip it out of the zone. Heinze here in this corner right in front of me. Chips it up for Olsen. The two of them are there battling. Fighting for possession. Finally starts to come loose. Puck is loose now. Goes to a Canes player. Tries to shoot, but stopped by Lindsay. And then grabbed by the Canes, but then chipped out by New Year. Canes bring it right back in, but under extreme pressure. They chip it to the middle of the ice. Heinze sends it over for Lindsay, but it goes between his feet. Then to New Year in the neutral zone, who fires it up for icing.
Even in shots on net. Just noticed that 24-24.
Okay. Well, we'll have a defensive zone face-off right here. That's going to be taken by Tenpenny, who is centering between Reinhardt and Pastilli. This is our top line. Lawrence and Harrison on D. Reinhardt grabs possession of that face-off. Harris ends up with it and gets it back to Reinhardt, who skates it into the zone, tries to throw it in, but blocked by a Carolina player. They gain possession and throw it to the neutral zone, but can't keep it clean. Ends up on Lawrence's stick, who grabs it and throws it right back to Pastilli. Tries to chip it in, gets deep enough. Eventually in the corner. Reinhardt grabs it again, tries to throw it in front, but that is blocked. Gets it back on his stick, shot on goal. Then right in front of the goal mouth. Then to Lawrence, who one-times it across the net. Over to Tenpenny, who throws it behind the net for Reinhardt, who tries to stuff it in, but can't. The puck was loose, but I believe they knocked the net off.
Yep.
Offensive zone face-off here taken by Tenpenny, still with Reinhardt, Pastilli, Lawrence, and Harrison. Wins that face-off, but pushes it forward. Canes grab it behind their own net. Nice pinch by Lawrence, and kept in by Reinhardt, who backed him up. Very nice. From the corner, from Pastilli to Tenpenny, one-times it, but not on net, goes in the corner. Reinhardt battling it for it there. Canes grab it. Try to throw it up into neutral ice. They do, but with no possession. Ends up on Lawrence's stick in his D zone behind his own net. Regrouping.
Our net's off its mooring.
Sends it over to Pastilli, but not a great pass. Goes off the boards into the offensive zone anyways, where eventually Tenpenny gets it, tries to skate through, tries to get a little chip on net. Not quite making it. Ends up back to Lawrence, who sends it across to Zawaga, who sends it in deep. Canes grab it. Struggle a little bit. Pressured from Turner. Canes do eventually get it into their offensive zone. Pushed aside by Trey Boss and behind the net. Zawaga there on the half wall. Real sloppy play by both teams right now, but eventually sent from Georgie all the way across. Today just goes in the zone, kept in by Turner. Day just down there fighting, but Canes come up with it. Can't handle the pass, and therefore Georgie gains possession. Soft little chip. Smith one times it, but Canes get it and bring it right back in. Smith now down there in the corner, battling for it with help from Turner.
Is there an arm up?
And they're going to call that again. Nitpicky. As their player is standing in the crease, bothering our goalie, Georgie is trying to clear the crease.
He literally just pushed him over.
He pushed him a little bit. The biggest guy on both teams just took a dive. And we're going to get a interference call.
Looks like we're going to get a timeout. I'm going to warm up.
I think the Canes taking a timeout here to strategize what they're going to do for this power play. 3 minutes left in the game. 2-minute penalty right here.
They pull their goalie.
And it's a 1-goal game. I think if it was me, I would probably see what happens for the first maybe minute or so of this power play before you pull the goalie. If I was a coach, I might want to think about how well would their power play handle the puck without needing the extra skater. Because if they lose control, just a couple bad seconds, and the Knights could put it into the empty net, right?
Yep.
So I would try to play 5-on-4, see how that goes. Pull the goalie in maybe the second half of the power play to try and get the 6-on-4 advantage. Once they get into desperation mode, they're down by 1. There's only 3 minutes left, 2-minute penalty. So, yeah, we'll see what they're going to do. Goalie's in the net. It's going to be 5-on-4. We got Tenpenny taking the face-off with Reinhardt, Lawrence, and Harrison. Tenpenny wins it back into the corner. Does not win possession. Shot blocked, loose beside the net. Tenpenny grabs it and throws it all the way down into the corner behind the net. Goalie plays it. Reinhardt with the pressure there. So it comes back to Tenpenny, who then throws it back into the zone.
I'm going to keep the camera live on the Canes goalie.
That will be icing as the Canes made a very poor pass. So, with 1:30 left in the penalty, we get the Knights taking an offensive zone faceoff. We need Tenpenny to win this. Win it straight back to Harrison. Does not. Goes onto the Cane stick. They chip it out. Lawrence with a nice play to chip that puck into the corner and finishes his check. Tenpenny had control, but loses it to Carolina, who is now setting up their power play. One minute to go in the power play. Canes not really doing anything, throwing it up to the point. Pressured there by Reinhardt. Chipped across from Lawrence, who then chips it out of the zone. All the way down, Pressure from Tenpenny, pressure from Tenpenny.
Great pressure. I mean, that knocked at least 10 seconds off.
Canes still regrouping. Finally exit their own zone, but sloppily chip it in. Lawrence grabs it there, gets it out of the zone, and it ends up going all the way down. 20 seconds left in the power play for the Canes. 1:20 left in the game. And they end up with the puck right in front. Massive miscommunication between the two D-men. I didn't exactly see what happened there, but I can't understand why neither one of them took the body off of the puck. And somehow, not even really a shot, but it squirted through Trey Boss's pads. Yep. Ties the game with 1:17 to go.
Even with shots on net, 26-26.
Knights chip it all the way down. Reinhardt chases. A little bit too late for this renewed energy. We needed that a few minutes ago. So Smith's stick, who throws it in just wide of the net. Then to Reinhardt, who throws it to Pastilli. Tries to center it, but no go. Tenpenny there on the half wall. Gains possession. Reinhardt sends it across to Pastilli, who skates it in. We got a 2-on-2 here. Drops it for Reinhardt. Can't quite keep it. 30 seconds left in the game. Carolina picks it up, skates it in. Stopped by Hines. Onto Tenpenny's stick, who throws it up. Smith there deep, finishes his check. New Year gains control in the neutral zone. His pass is blocked. Pastilli has trouble handling it. Puck goes across the goal mouth right as the buzzer blows, and we are going to overtime in this championship game. And I believe the overtime is
Are you ready?
5-minute sudden death.
Arizona.
Yep.
Five minute sudden death.
Let's get it.
4-on-4 play
You know how we
is what I understand. Not sure if that's going to be correct.
You know we taking the dub.
So
If it's still tied after that 5 minutes, if nobody scores in that 5-minute overtime, then we go to a shootout. All right, we'll be back in a minute for that.
Now, everybody sing the song, glass shatter in action, boy. And we rock the boards. Arizona making noise. Everywhere we go, you know we gotta destroy. We aiming for the net and we gotta score. Come on. We on tonight. 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 Yeah, hey, look, Arizona nights. Yeah, we gotta go fight, cause we on tonight. On tonight. It's a party going down. We skate around the town now. We doing our dance, all my fans putting their hands in the sky. We can fly, it's a vibe, we alive, hey. We came to take the win, it's on the nice, hey. And we ain't never gonna stop, and we rocking it out. All my players.
it's 5 minutes on the clock, right? Yep.
All right, here we go. They did not change ends, which is a little surprising.
4-on-4.
4-on-4 play for 5 minutes here of sudden death. First goal wins. Tenpenny gains control, skates it into the zone, into the corner. Loses it there, but help from Reinhardt. Got Lawrence and Georgie on D. Tenpenny and Reinhardt. Lawrence can't handle the bouncing puck and it comes out of the zone, so he regroups. Sends it back to Reinhardt, who doesn't quite grab the handle. Goes in deep. Carolina at their own dot, skating it out. Eventually chips it up. We got a one-on-one here. Lawrence makes the play. Puck scoots behind the net, but then right in front, Reinhardt takes the body, but doesn't really possess the puck. Carolina's got it at their blue line, sends it over to the half wall. They shoot it on net. Click, goes off a skate and hits the side of the net. They keep it in. They send it across the net again, but can't handle that. To Tenpenny stick, who then just regroups and chips it back for Reinhardt. Smith comes on. Reinhardt sends it up for Lawrence. Ends up in the possession of Carolina, who regroups and skates it up. Bumped there by Turner. Tenpenny's there to keep it out of the zone. We have a 2-on-1. Tenpenny gets a shot on goal. Right in the breadbasket, stopped by Kane's goalie. Now we got Turner with Olsen, Smith, and Harrison. Canes win the faceoff back behind their own net. They send it up, but pass blocked by Turner. They try to clear the zone, goes off Olsen's skate, so it comes to Knight's possession. Harrison with it here, sends it over to Smith, who sends it back across to Olsen. Sends it in deep, skates it in deep behind the net. Looking for a seam, sends it to Smith, who shoots it, goes off a skate. Dangerous, but chipped aside by the Canes goalie.
Some wrestling going on in the corner. What?
Canes player, there was a little bit of wrestling there, and then Canes player hits him while he's down on the ice, and that kid is going to be kicked out of this game with 2:29 to go in the overtime.
That happened in the game right before this.
Same thing, yep.
Almost the same thing.
So,
who's down?
Olsen.
That's Olsen.
Yeah, the kid hit him while he was down on the ice. He kicked him with his skate. That's a match penalty and a 30-day suspension minimum.
I'm going to run the replay.
I didn't see that, but I'm hearing right now that he kicked him with his skate.
Scuffle in the corner. And then, yeah, when he got up, I didn't get it. I didn't get it on the replay, but he kicked him while he was down.
Yeah, any kicking motion at all, even if you don't actually hit them, is supposed to be a match penalty, which is an ejection from the game, an automatic 30-day suspension from all USA hockey activities.
So that should be power play for the rest of this overtime.
It may be. Penalty box door is open. The player was ejected, so they'll choose another player to serve the penalty.
Kick.
And so this will be 4-on-3. Again, like you said, we saw this almost same scenario in the game just before us, which was the Bantam Championship, where they took a very serious penalty, player was ejected, and they played 4-on-3 for the overtime.
I want to say they had two players in the box when that happened, too. Are they talking about penalties on both ends?
It may have been offsetting penalties between Olsen and the Canes player, but then when the Canes player kicked him, that would be another extra penalty, including the match penalty. That's what it should be, I believe. So it's possible one penalty for the Knights and two penalties for the Canes, and the Canes now have two players in the box. So this is going to be 4-on-3. Knights with a man advantage for, and it was a 5-minute major, so for the rest of the overtime period. Lawrence behind his own net over to Tenpenny. Skates it up and sends it across for Lawrence. Puck bounces off the board, so Reinhardt picks it up. Tenpenny skates it in. But instead of turning and sending it to his teammate, just chips it. Lawrence keeps it in there for Tenpenny, who shoots over the net. Lawrence finishes his check, but the Kings player is able to send it all the way down. Reinhardt to Tenpenny. Skates it down deep, cuts back, chips it. It ends up on Reinhardt's stick, shoots it right in the bread basket. A minute 26 to go of the overtime. We have to finish this now. We do not want to go to a shootout. It's just too risky. And so the Knights take a timeout. Not liking what I'm seeing from the Knights power play. They are too relaxed and too slow. Yes, you want to take your time and set it up, but you don't just not skate. You need to keep the energy, the intensity, and work quickly without rushing. Work quickly without overcomplicating. They looked a little bit too relaxed. There's a lot of ice to work with. It's 4 against 3. I want to see them actually move this puck, force the Canes defense to shift side to side quite a lot. And then you'll see passing and shooting lanes open up. Okay, we get a change to the lineup here. New Year is out and Smith is in with Tenpenny, Reinhardt, and Lawrence. I think I would really like to see Christian Pastilli. Tenpenny wins it back for Lawrence. To Smith, who shoots, tipped in front, but not in. Lawrence down deep in the corner, overcomplicating things. Sends it back down for Reinhardt. Lawrence goes to the middle. Reinhardt throws it up to the top. Lawrence still in front of the net. Reinhardt with the puck in the slot. Gets a space, shoots, loose puck in front, but not grabbed. Instead, sent by Carolina all the way down. Trey Boss kicks that aside. Smith picks it up there. Sends it across to Reinhardt.
There are less than a minute.
Chips it up to Tenpenny. Shoots, but wide of the net. Lawrence retrieves it in the corner. Sends it. Oh, Smith needs to pinch that. You can't wait for it. Tenpenny in the corner. Shoots off the goalie's glove and behind the net. Tenpenny deep. Throws it to Lawrence, who grabs it to Tenpenny. Shot in the breadbasket. 22 seconds to go. Again, I think they're going way too slow, too relaxed. Move the puck quicker. Quick and accurate, side to side. Force the defense to adjust constantly. They're going too slow. The defense is just barely moving. Georgie in now with Tenpenny and Lawrence. Lawrence over to Georgie. Georgie shoots, red basket again, now with 17 seconds. Tenpenny for the faceoff. Carolina wins it, but Reinhardt retrieves it. Throws it up through the middle, but out of the zone. Georgie there, then skates it in. I don't know why he didn't pass that puck to his open teammates who were behind him. It wasted too much time. The puck ends up loose, and the buzzer.
Now we will go to shootout.
We allowed Carolina to escape. We had a 4-on-3 for 2.5 minutes of that overtime, and it was just not good looking. Far too slow. Okay, so now we go to shootout. I am certain there's not one single person in this area who wanted to see a shootout because it is freezing here. Absolutely freezing, literally.
See, it looks like Carolina gets to go first.
All right. Carolina is the away team, and therefore they shoot first. Trey Boss stares him down, comes out of his net, adjusts. And no.
Deflected.
Pretty nice little move there and a great little backhand chip, but off of Trey Boss's glove. So Trip New Year gets the first shot for the Knights. Righty moves to the right, then moves back. Soft shot, easily gloved by the goalie. Carolina's second shot here. Trey Boss comes way out. And he goes 5-hole. That's a very nice move. Came with speed. Trey Boss was forced to keep adjusting. Had to come out and go back. Very, very quick release into the open 5-hole. Xander Turner gets the second shot here for the Knights. Right-hander and goes to the right. Comes back to the middle. Chipped into the glove. So Carolina is up 1-0 in the shootout here. Picks it up slowly. 5-hole is not open this time, but shoots it after. Trey Boss did not like that, taking a second shot. Carolina still up 1-0 in the shootout, and Chase Reinhardt gets the third shot here for the Knights. Right-hander takes it straight up the middle, a little bit to the right, comes back to the middle, shoots, low glove side, and in with a nice quick release. So after 3 shooters, we have a 1-1 score. Fourth shooter for the Canes. Oh, 5-hole again. Was blocked.
Again.
It was blocked by Trey Boss, but trickled in. Now we got Lawrence coming out here for the Knights. Right-hander takes it to the right. Oh, loses the handle. Loses the handle. So we have 2-1 for the Canes as their fifth shooter comes up. If this goes in, it's game over. Blocked by Trey Boss. Now the Knights have to score. Carolina is leading 2-1. This is our fifth shooter. The Knights have to score. If Tenpenny does not score this, then it's game over and Carolina wins. Lefty takes it to the left. Little hesitation. Shoots, misses. Game over. Carolina wins. Knights take the runner-up. just signs of dejection from the Knights. Gave it up with just a minute to go. 2-1 lead with just a minute and a half. Hard-fought tournament. Knights did not play their best against the Canes in the first game, and this one, our 5th game of the weekend. Did not play their best.
Nope.
We played very, very well in our 2nd, 3rd, and most of the 4th game. Pretty good, but not good enough here in this 5th game. I've seen much higher intensity and compete level, control and possession from this Knights team. I've also seen significantly worse from this team. And that's how it goes at this age group and this level of play. Proud of them for making it here, working really hard. And all credit to the Canes.
Yep. Overall, not disappointed in the weekend. It's a good weekend. Some lows, lots of highs.
Yep.
Definitely missed our injured players.
All right. Well, not much more I can say.
Yeah, we'll just let the
Being on the losing end of this, I think you'll, for those of you who want to keep watching, especially if you're a Canes fan, I'll just let you watch the medal ceremony.
All right, for those that are still watching, appreciate you tuning in. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. Even the Junior Canes fans that are out there, appreciate the subscribe. Stay tuned for highlights.
Yeah, there's a heat, but we skate on frozen flows. Arizona nights, stacking wins, piling goals. Blades cut the ice sharper than a hawk's dive. Opponents freeze up, they ain't making it out alive. Blocking shots, wall built like a canyon wide. Stick down, gloves up, leave no room to slide. We dominate, intimidate, no room for the meek. Chirps flying faster than a puck through the crease. Desert Ice Kings ruling the night, scoring goals, crushing dreams. Take flight. Mind is a fortress, puck stops on demand. Opponents' hopes crumbling like desert sand. Power plays deadly, penalties a feast. Chirping so sharp, we unleash the beast. Forecheck like a thunderstorm, relentless, loud. Fan base electric, hyping up the crowd. We win, we grind, we shine under the light. Desert born warriors, Arizona nights. Desert Ice Kings ruling the night, scoring goals, crushing dreams. Take flight. Yeah, there's a heat, but we skate on frozen flows. Arizona nights, stacking wins, piling goals. Blades cut the ice sharper than a hawk's dive. Opponents freeze up, they ain't making it out alive. Blocking shots, wall built like a canyon wide. Stick down, gloves up, leave no room to slide. We dominate, intimidate, no room for the meek. Chirps flying faster than a puck through the crease. Desert Ice Kings ruling the night, scoring goals, crushing dreams. Take flight. Mind is a fortress, puck stops on demand. Opponents' hopes crumbling like desert sand. Power plays deadly, penalties a feast. Chirping so sharp, we unleash the beast. Forecheck like a thunderstorm, relentless, loud. Fan base electric, hyping up the crowd. We win, we grind, we shine under the light. Desert born warriors, Arizona nights. Desert Ice Kings ruling the night, scoring goals, crushing dreams. Take flight. Yeah, there's a heat, but we skate on frozen flows. Arizona nights, stacking wins, piling goals. Blades cut the ice sharper than a hawk's dive. Opponents freeze up, they ain't making it out alive. Blocking shots, wall built like a canyon wide. mind is a fortress, puck stops on demand. Opponents' hopes crumbling like desert sand. Power plays deadly, penalties a feast. Chirping so sharp, we unleash the beast. Forecheck like a thunderstorm, relentless, loud. Fan base electric, hyping up the crowd. We win, we grind, we shine under the light. Desert-born warriors, Arizona Knights. Desert Ice Kings ruling the night, scoring goals, crushing dreams. Take flight, dominate, intimidate. Hit a roar, Arizona Knights, leaving it all on the floor. Yeah, desert heat, but we skate on frozen flows. Arizona nights, stacking wins, piling goals. Blades cut the ice sharper than a hawk's dive. Opponents freeze up, they ain't making it out alive. Blocking shots, wall built like a canyon wide. Stick down, gloves up, leave no room to slide. We dominate, intimidate, no